Hey folks, thanks so much for clicking on this video. I just got back from the Trappers Association, and I started it out. I wanted to have this big comprehensive video for you guys. I just didn't have the chance to be able to do that. I got up there, and this Trappers convention was huge. I've been to enough I can count on my hand on the national side, and this one was by far my favorite. It was really, really big, very popular. Everybody that was the pros was there, and I got caught up in, it took me like 2-3 hours just to walk through the whole thing. And I did get some good clips for you, and that's in this video. And also at the end of this video, watch it in its entirety, you'll be able to see the things that I bought too. So, but I do apologize, I didn't get to get that in depth. There's so much that I missed. The kids cave, where there was these trappers demos that kids were putting on. And the professional trappers were getting involved in that. Big shout out to the Iowa Trappers Association, did such a good job putting this together. But if you do want to see a Trappers Convention, I have that one. I'm going to put that up here. I'm also going to link it on the very end so you can find that one. If you've never been to a Trappers Convention, it's a little more comprehensive on what goes involved in that. But make sure you watch this all the way to the end, and I hope you enjoy it. And also, I'll be sharing with you everything that I bought. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and here we go. Hey, what's up everybody? The NTA, very special fall rendezvous is here. It's gonna be super awesome. So if you've never been to a rendezvous, these are the coolest places to get your supplies, your gears, to meet up with all the latest and greatest professional trappers, demos, fur handling, anything and everything you can think of is there. There's even trap setting contests, skillet toss. There's all kinds of stuff that to do there for the ladies. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode as Jinx goes to the NTA Annual Rendezvous in Spencer, Iowa. Here it is. It's going to be awesome. Let's go do it. All right, before I go, I always like to make sure I take inventory. So I'm going through all of my lures and going through all my stinky stuff and my baits, see what I have left over from last year, what I used, what I didn't use. And that way I don't spend too much. So, because sometimes you never know what you have. And, trying not to spend more than I have. Gosh, I have a lot of lures. Look at all them lures in there. I probably don't need to be spending any money today, but you never know. You can never have too much, right? So, so tip number one before you go to any Trappers Association or any rendezvous, take inventory first. So it'll save you about hundreds of dollars. But I'm like a kid in a candy store. I spent so much money, but and I've also got some shirts I'm taking up with me. What's up, doggy? What's happening? Hi. Yep, got my shirts and my hats I'm going. Gonna take up some Jinx merch. And there we go. Step number one, take inventory. Well, folks, made it up here to beautiful Spencer, Iowa. Super awesome place. Great big people, great big turnout, all kinds of vehicles. We just paid for our admission, gave us a really nice pamphlet here, and look at all the demos. This one here is a commercial building. These are all stands. Another pavilion building, grandstand building. It just shows you the scale of how big this National Trappers Association puts on such a huge show. Really nice book, great advertisements. The demo list is in here as well, as long as the demo bios. So you get the bios and all the guys that are going to be in here. These are all professional trappers. And it's really, really cool. Here's the demo list of everything that's going to be demoed. And so it's really super sweet. Looks like it's well populated this year. And I'm excited to be able to get out there and see who all's here. So let's go check it out.
So any more questions about this, meet me at our booth. We're in that round roof building, I don't even know what it's called. LKL is there. Building. Yeah, you can talk to us about the school, and I'd be happy.
Getting ready to see Lee Rousset. He's going to do Predators. It's going to be super awesome. I'm really excited about this. Look at the nice area they do with the demos. Got a little makeshift pond. Go in here and sing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 62nd Annual National Trappers Convention here in Spencer, Iowa. On behalf of the Iowa Trappers Association and National Trappers Association, I thank you for attending. Our next demonstrator is Liesl Roussat from South Dakota, and he's going to be covering predators.
All right, guys, like you said, my name is Liesl Roussat. I'm from western South Dakota. I used to start this and I used to say I'm a full-time fur harvester. I'm sitting on our awning, so I don't have my good one. I'd rather have a heavy-duty steel one that's not going to break like this guy in my bag. I'm going to have 2 traps in there. I've got one in here today and a pair of fencing pliers. Keep it simple. You don't need everything you've ever bought. I'm not a gadget guy. I'm not a gadget guy. By gadget guy, I'm talking I don't want to pick on people's stuff, but the gadgets. Something to think about too, I run a lot of pretty decent sized traps out of my trap line. I consider setters to be a gadget. You'll never see me hauling setters around. If you take the palm of your hands, guys, and you just start those levers down, you can use your knee to press that loose jaw down, or even on a Sterling or a 650, you can use your knee to press that jaw down, and it takes no hand strength to set these traps.
Well, there you have it, folks. Really good demonstration by Lee Roussat. I do a lot of his testing on my channel last year, and he did an excellent job, and I've got to make some changes. So that's why we come to these things, these conventions and these demos that these pros put on, so that we can make the changes and just be flexible and be open to whatever they have to say, and they learn, and hopefully we learn from them. So that's why we do that. Here we are, folks, in one of the 3 vendor buildings. I think there's over 100 professional vendors here. Just tons of stuff. You can smell the aroma from the urine and skunk stuff, and super awesome. All kinds of people crowding in, coming in, and let's go check it out. Well, everybody's tailgating. It's fun. All kinds of good stuff here. Yeah, see one of the big traps. Building number 3. I'm not really videoing these, but super cool, awesome place. All kinds of people here. Hey folks, I made it back from the National Trappers Association. Super awesome, good rendezvous all together. Met all kinds of really cool people. Got into the demo with Lee Roussat. Also a demo with Cletus Richards. I'm trying to grow my predator line, and I'm learning some new things from watching these pros, which is why we go to these Trappers Association meetings. You could just learn so much by what they're doing and what we need to change. And you know, every trapper is a little bit different. We all start out somewhere, and we all want to get to that next level. And these trappers, all the pros, from the books to the videos, it's such a wealthy source of knowledge. So this is all stuff I bought, and I'm gonna go through in detail what I bought so that you can see I had a good time. Okay folks, the first item I want to show you is this awesome shirt that I got from Schmitt Enterprises. And I also want to thank Schmitt Enterprises. They're going to be sponsoring Jinx YouTube channel this year. A lot of the stuff linked down below in my description in my Kitco goes directly to Schmitt Enterprises. So if you're looking for a good trapping vendor, you need somebody to ask about anything trapping wise, call up and use Schmitt Enterprises. I got this really cool shirt from them, and I'll be wearing it during the duration of this video. I like it. So Schmitt Enterprises is going to be a sponsor this year, and this is the shirt they gave me, so it's going to be super awesome. Alright guys, so here's what the items that I got. So with that, I got this really cool bag. As you can see here, Schmitt gave us that bag when they put in my supplies, when I bought some supplies from them. Really nice little nylon bag. It's got the drawstrings on the side. Really like that. Nice bag there from them. I visited Duke this year. I usually always buy in bulk when I go to these conventions. You always get some super good deals directly from Duke Traps. Just a little hint on the National Trappers. I think I was able to save $20 a dozen off of these 550s. They usually just bring in a whole bunch of traps and they sell them. So I got a dozen 550s because I wasn't needing a lot from last year from Duke Traps. It was $143 for a dozen traps. They're normally like $165, I think. And yeah, it was a good purchase. In the parking lot, I bought a bunch of rebar. Rebar is going about really high right now. It's like $5. I want to say $5 a piece. I was trying to buy some rebar the other day. Really high. I got all this rebar right here that you see for like, I think it was $30. $12 for the short 18 inches, and then a little longer, the longer pieces, a dozen of those. $30, all the rebar I could get from a tailgater. So good deal. I like to use the rebar for some of my other work related stuff, and I still use a rebar for some of my cables. And this year I plan on using rebar on my slide wires for my coyotes, and I'll show you that later. I'm going to put together a good video for you guys later. Got these really cool mink boards, 2 of them, the male and the female, and the wedgie sticks in there. I got another pogo driver because I break mine all the time. It's always nice to have a backup of those. And let's see what else we got. Oh, I went and visited Mark June in his booth, and he gave me this coyote trapping, reducing the numbers video, and I plan on probably doing a review on that here soon. So watch it, and I'll put together a review for you. So, all right. Also got these knives. I always love buying these knives at the Trappers Convention. They're like Victorinox knives. They're only like a couple bucks a piece, and they last. And I got a bigger, thicker one. I'm hoping I'll be able to use it for my beaver. I'm gonna try it out. But I have a bunch of these, and I may give those as a gift to someone. And yeah, so anytime I find somebody selling those knives, these meat cutter knives, I always buy those. They're really cheap knives, and they last a long time. Okay, then I went over to the Snare Shop's booth. Always like to do business also with the Snare Shop if they're out of Lauderdale, Iowa. So I get a lot of my Snare Shop stuff. They gave me this sticker, which was really nice of them, and some Snare Shop supports, wire, and then I'm going to be able to do some slide wiring. So I do have a video on how to cable, use either a snare or a cable, and then slide your catch. So I'm going to be putting together about a dozen of those. I may do a how-to video on that for you guys. And so I got some 1/8" cable, some crunch-proof swivels, which I love these, by the way. Some flat stakes for my rebar, and then the ferrules, of course, the 1/8" ferrules, and then I bought some more J-hooks. I got those through Schmitt on the pogo washer. So I'm gonna be able to put together a bunch of pogos for before the season starts as well. So that was basically a lot of my hardware. And I generally like to buy all my urines and stuff right before the season starts. That way it's kind of fresh. There was a lot of urine there, fish oils, that sort of stuff. I always skip just because I like to get my stuff fresh every year. Bait, I did not go wild on the bait and the lure this year, but I did see Cletus Richards at his table. I like to buy his Predator bait. It's really pretty good for me. I bought the Bobcat meat. I went through a lot of that this year. It's just one of my go-tos. He's got a horse meat that I really like as well, and he's got a coyote gland and a bobcat gland. I usually buy it, but I'm good on those. I just needed that bobcat meat. Mark June's, he's got this good one. It's a flat 365. For some reason, every time I bring this home, my dog goes nuts. And I asked Mark June what he puts in this, and I forgot what he told me. Sorry. But this was one of the ones, if you go to my coyote bait and lure testings, this one did really well. It scored really well on that. I got a lot of good response from that. Also, I always make sure that I get a good supply of Mark June's Coyote Frenzy. So this one's my favorite. Last year when I did our bait and lure testing, if you go back through the videos, you'll find out this one here scored the best in my area for some reason. They love that one right there. Got some good reviews from a man by the name of Jason Vance. And he's a big coyote trapper out of Kansas. I've got a picture of me and him, and we talked for several minutes on coyotes. I wanted to really pick his mind because he's a big trapper. He's going to be a big professional trapper too, guys. So definitely be checking out what he does. He comes out of Maine. He traps down in Kansas. He recommended this one here by Kansas Trapline Products. Ed Schneider puts together. It's called Moonshot Caller, and he also told me what bait he was like, what he was using as well. And I think I have that one, so I wanted to buy this one for sure. I talked to Ed for a little bit on this product, and I'm looking forward to this. I might be able to put it together on bait and lure testing. If you guys are interested in that, I could do that for you guys. But that was my score. I came out pretty good, and still had money at the end of the convention, and I had a great time. So if you guys get an opportunity to go to a trappers convention this fall, definitely go. At the end of this video, you'll be able to see what that's like. Get your supplies, your gears, everything that you need is right there. Generally, they have such a great community for the trappers. I cannot tell you guys how much fun I had at the National Trappers Association up in Iowa. Hospitality was just perfect. You guys at the Iowa Trappers Association, big thumbs up. NTA, I'm just thrilled. I'm so excited about this season. I had a great time. I bumped into a lot of big professional trappers. I read their stuff, I watched their stuff, and it was fun. Hey, if you like this video and you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Click the notifications on. I have some super awesome vlogs this fall. Got our new sponsor, Schmitt Enterprises, gave me this super awesome shirt. Great people, and click like and subscribe on your way out. I'm Jinx, and have a great day. In Spencer, Iowa, the NTA annual convention. Today is arm day, and this is my gym. Have a great day.